Seong Gi-hun, the reluctant yet victorious player from Squid Game, left fans with a burning question. What happens now that he knows the truth? At the end of Season 1, we saw Gi-hun rejecting his flight to America, turning back with a determined expression. His decision hinted that his journey with the deadly game wasn't over. But if Gi-hun returns, what will his role be? Will he play again, seek revenge, or infiltrate the organization from within? Gi-hun is no longer the desperate, downtrodden man he was when he first entered the game. He is now a millionaire, though he barely touches his winnings, haunted by guilt and trauma. His red hair symbolizes his transformation. He is no longer just a survivor, but someone ready to fight back. However, the Squid Game organization is vast and powerful, operating in secrecy for years. If he challenges them, he will need a plan, allies, and most importantly, a way to stay alive. One possibility is that Gi-hun willingly enters the game again. This time, he wouldn't just be playing to survive, but to uncover more secrets and take down the system from within. As a former winner, he understands the psychological and physical challenges better than anyone. He knows how the guards operate, the hidden rules of the game, and the weaknesses in the structure. But with a new batch of players, many of whom will be just as desperate as he once was, he will face the same brutal reality. Only one can win. Another theory suggests that Gi-hun might take on a more strategic role, working to dismantle the game without stepping into the arena himself. He could track down past winners, uncover connections to the VIPs, or even infiltrate the ranks of the masked workers. However, the organization is meticulous in covering its tracks. The front man, a former winner himself, may anticipate Gi-hun's every move, making his mission nearly impossible. If Gi-hun's return is about revenge, he will have to act carefully. The VIPs, who fund and enjoy the games as entertainment, are powerful figures with deep connections. Even if Gi-hun exposes the games to the public, the people running them have the resources to make him disappear. He may also discover that the Squid Game is not just a South Korean phenomenon, but a global operation with many branches, making it an even greater challenge to destroy. His return may also put those he cares about in danger. His daughter, now living in the US, could become a target. The few survivors from his game, if they are still alive, may also be watched. Gi-hun is up against forces that see human lives as expendable, and any move he makes could have deadly consequences. If Gi-hun re-enters the game, it's unclear whether the rules will be the same. Will there be new, deadlier challenges? Will the frontman recognize him and interfere? Will he have to face a past winner or someone from his previous experience? The odds may be even worse this time, and survival alone may not be enough. With Squid Game becoming a global phenomenon, fans are eagerly speculating on what Season 2 could bring. The first season ended with a major cliffhanger. Seong Gi-hun, the sole survivor of the deadly games, choosing to turn back instead of boarding a flight to America. This decision suggests that his story isn't over, and that he might be preparing to take down the game's organization. However, the frontman and the mysterious VIPs remain in control, making his mission incredibly dangerous. One of the most popular theories is that Gi-hun will infiltrate the Squid Game as either a masked worker or a new participant. Since he knows how the games operate, he could use his knowledge to manipulate the system, form alliances, and search for weaknesses. However, the game's organizers are extremely cautious, and any misstep could mean instant death. If he plays again, he may encounter an even deadlier set of challenges designed to prevent past players from using their experience to their advantage. Another theory revolves around the frontman, also known as Hwang In-ho, who was revealed to be the missing brother of police officer Hwang Jun-ho. While it appeared that Jun-ho was shot and fell off a cliff, some fans believe he survived and will return to expose the game. If Jun-ho is alive, he might reunite with Gi-hun, and together they could work to dismantle the organization from within. However, the frontman is a highly intelligent and strategic leader who understands how the system works, making him a formidable opponent. A major question in Season 2 is the role of the VIPs, wealthy elites who fund and enjoy watching the brutal games. It's possible that the story will explore more about them, revealing their identities and how deeply the Squid Game is connected to global corruption. If Gi-hun attempts to expose the game, he may discover that it isn't just a South Korean operation, but part of a much larger international network. Some fans speculate that another past winner could appear in Season 2. If multiple Squid Games have taken place over the years, there could be other survivors who, like Gi-hun, refuse to move on. These former winners may either become his allies or his enemies, depending on their views about the game. There is also a possibility that Gi-hun could take the place of the old man, Oh Il-nam, and become a new mastermind within the organization, playing the long game to destroy it from within. If the second season introduces new contestants, their backstories and motivations will be crucial to the narrative. Like Season 1, these players will likely come from desperate situations, forced into a game where only one can survive. The psychological and moral dilemmas that arise in these life-or-death games will remain a key part of the story. Seong Gi-hun barely made it out of Squid Game alive the first time, but if he were to return, the stakes would be even higher. The first time he played, he was just another desperate contestant, unaware of what awaited him. He made it through sheer luck, quick thinking, and unexpected alliances. However, if he enters the game again, survival will be far more difficult. The game's organizers will likely recognize him, and the frontman will not allow a previous winner to gain an advantage. One of the biggest challenges Gi-hun would face is the increased difficulty of the games. Since the first Squid Game was exposed to an outsider, police officer Hwang Jun-ho, it's possible that the organization will introduce new rules to prevent leaks. If Gi-hun is allowed to play, the games may be altered to be even more unpredictable, eliminating any advantage from his past experience. He will have to adapt quickly, or he won't make it past the first round. Another major threat is the players themselves. In the first game, Gi-hun managed to build strong relationships with people like Ali, Sai-byuk, and even Sang-woo, despite their ultimate betrayals. But if he returns, he may not have that luxury. A returning winner would instantly become a target. Other contestants might see him as a threat and try to eliminate him early. The alliances he built in his first run saved his life multiple times, but if he's on his own, he'll have to rely purely on his instincts and strategy. Gi-hun also has a different mindset this time. When he first played, he was motivated by desperation, driven by his financial struggles and the desire to help his mother and daughter. Now, he knows what the game truly is, and if he re-enters, it will likely be for revenge or sabotage. But his emotions could become his greatest weakness. If he lets his hatred for the organization cloud his judgment, he might make reckless choices that cost him his life. Additionally, there is the threat of the frontman and the VIPs. They have already shown that they do not tolerate rebellion, and if they suspect that Gi-hun has returned with an ulterior motive, they will find ways to eliminate him. He might be forced into situations where he must choose between his own survival and his mission to bring the games down. If he is too focused on revenge, he could overlook the immediate dangers around him. If the games have expanded beyond South Korea, Gi-hun might find himself in a completely different version of Squid Game, where the rules, the players, and the obstacles are unfamiliar. After winning the deadly competition, Seong Gi-hun is left with more than just prize money. He carries the trauma of everything he endured. Despite having billions of Seong-gi-won in his bank account, he refuses to move on, haunted by the faces of the people he lost. His desire for justice leads him down a dangerous path, one that brings him closer to the very organization that nearly took his life. The sequel picks up where the first season ended. Guy Hunt at the airport, hesitating before boarding a flight to America. Instead of leaving, he turns back, determined to dismantle the Squid Game from the inside. He starts investigating, tracking past winners, and looking for any weaknesses in the organization. His search leads him to underground contacts who reveal that the Squid Game isn't just limited to South Korea. It's part of a global operation, with similar games taking place in different countries, each controlled by powerful elites who use human lives for entertainment. Meanwhile, the frontman, Hwang In-ho, closely watches Gi-hun's movements. As a former winner himself, he understands the mindset of survivors. Knowing that Gi-hun poses a threat, he sends masked operatives to eliminate him before he gets too close. Gi-hun barely escapes, realizing that if he truly wants to stop the games, he will have to infiltrate them from within. Gi-hun manages to make contact with a group of rebels, former players and insiders who have been working in secret to take down the Squid Game. They provide him with information about a new tournament set to begin soon, one with higher stakes and even deadlier games. With their help, Gi-hun disguises himself and enters the new game, but this time, he isn't just playing to survive, he's playing to expose the truth.